All right, so our yoga playlist today, if you're following on the playlist number 30, you can go ahead and get that started right now if you want to. Let's go ahead and begin our gentle yoga practice today in a seated position. And we're going to start just more immediately, begin moving right off the bat. So let's just start rocking in a nice gentle circle. And as we do this, just try to feel the ability of both of our glutes, both of our butt cheeks sitting right on the mat, not lifting. Okay, so we're not getting too exaggerated with our circles just yet. Okay. And as we begin to move, we start the connection of our mind and body to sensation, allowing our mind and body to connect together, allow our mind to start feeling what our body is experiencing. And that's a really important connection in our yoga practice. Let's begin switching directions now, because it allows us to then experience those sensations and then beginning to use our breath and that mind-body connection to make choices about how to find the physical postures in the best way for our bodies today. Reminding ourselves that each and every day our body changes depending on whatever experiences we have physically and whatever experiences we have emotionally. Let's go back to the circles in the other direction. This time start rocking a little bit more side to side. Maybe lifting one of our hips up off the ground. And of course, some of the emotional things can create different stressors in our body, and so that can tighten up different aspects of our body. So that's where it's really important for us to reach in, to listen in, to experience what's going on with our bodies. And as we continue to move here, go ahead and switch in the other direction. Let's start to deepen our inhales and exhales. Letting our yoga practice start taking us into the present moments. And the present moment is really the only place to be. Because if we're living in the past, then we're thinking about and replaying decisions, perhaps bringing about regrets. And if we're living in the future, we're stressing about something that hasn't happened yet. And so allow ourselves to be right here, to open our hearts to this moment and live purely from our hearts. Let's find stillness, bring our hands to heart center. And with connecting that deep inhale and exhale, inhale and fan those arms up nice and tall, bring those hands together and exhale on down. Practicing the ability to deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Nice even tempo on that inhale and exhale, allowing that breath and movement to deeply connect together. And when we do that, we allow that breath to guide the pace in which we move. We allow that breath to help our experience of our mind-body connection to happen at a deeper level. We can feel those body sensations and those emotional sensations a little bit more by experiencing our breath. Good. One more time here. Fanning our arms up, exhale back to center. Let's add a gentle twist now. So let's fan our arms up, reach up nice and tall, and just exhale and face the left side, a little gentle turn. And then same thing, other side. Inhale. Just hit my block and then exhale over to the right. Inhale, nice and tall, and exhale, staying nice and tall through the crown of our head to our tailbone as we're rotating, trying to avoid crunching down into this. We're experiencing the free flow and nature of that breath, allowing ourselves to let go, allowing ourselves to feel free to let go. Feel free to experience the practice and your body the way it's meant to be today. One more time each side. Give me one more twist to the left and one more to the right. Awesome. Let's inhale then, both hands up nice and tall. And keep them up there. Let's take our left hand and grab onto our right wrist. And then give a little nudge as we reach into our right ribs and hips for a side bend. Our hips are trying to lift up, trying to press that right hip back down to the ground. Try to press our hip more to the right side of the room. And experience that deep stretch to our shoulder and ribs and down to that right hip. Good. Our next inhale, come right back up tall. And then right hand on the left wrist, and just a little pressure, a little nudge, and then pressing our hips to the left side. You'll feel that left glute want to lift off the mat. Try to press it back down as we sink in even deeper to the left side through our ribs, and draw on that shoulder and bicep toward our ear. Good. Inhale back to center and exhale to heart center. All right. Good. Let's lengthen our legs out. Both legs out, straight out in front of us. And then toes toward the shins. Toes toward the shins. Hands to the side, and we're going to begin alternating one leg at a time. So we're going to lift that right leg up and then set it down, and lift that left leg up and set it down. And what we're trying to do is encourage our core muscles to lift those legs. And so there's a natural tendency to want to rock back and lean into this and hinge at our hips a little bit. Okay? Don't let that happen. Lean forward. Lean forward. I'm sorry, not hinge at our hips. We want to encourage that hinge through our hips as we kick our toes on up. Good. Keep leaning into it. Keep leaning into it. Inhale on the left, exhale as we release down. One more time each side. I'm going to turn just to the side here just so you can see this. As both feet are on the ground, let's now just lift that right foot up and hold it up there. Bring our hands to heart center and inhale the hands up, and exhale, bring the hands to the outside of the right hip. And again, inhale, shoot the hands up, and exhale to the outside. Give me 3 more just like that. Those breaths may get a little faster now as that leg starts to experience a little bit more burn, but try to keep the depth of that inhale and exhale, that nice 3-part breath. You know, the beautiful thing about yoga is it allows us to practice staying in calm in any situation. Okay, it doesn't mean we're always going to be calm in every situation in yoga. Let's go ahead and release and switch to the other side. But it at least allows us to practice that, to experience that. Let's take those left toes now and lift that left leg up. Bring our hand to heart center. Inhale up and exhale to the outside of that left hip. And the more we, of course, practice something, perhaps the better we get. It becomes just a kind of a muscle memory thing. It becomes a muscle memory thing, and we just naturally begin to react with more of a calm disposition. As I shared in my past chair yoga class, there's a saying that Bruce Lee used to say. Bruce Lee would say, always fear the most calmest person in the room, the most calm person in the room. All right. Okay. Let's set that down. Very nice. Hands to the side, leaning slightly back, and a little in, out, and up now. In, out, and up. So we're going to bring a little bend into our knees, and then just our right leg only. Let me switch back to the other side. Okay, hands to the side. Bring the heel in, tap it out, and then kick the toes up. Lots of core happening right here. There we go. In, out, and kick those toes. Give me 2 more. And 1 more. Awesome. Same thing, other side. Yeesh. Feeling that, that's for sure. A little bend in that right knee now, and then that left leg's working. Tap that heel in, tap it out, and kick it on up. Good. Still trying to lean forward. We're using those hands right there for support, but we don't have to put all of our body weight on those hands. We can try to lean forward just a little bit more, just so those fingertips, kind of feel just a little bit of pressure, but not all of our body weight. Good. 2 more. And last one. Excellent. Good. We're going to come to an upright position now. You're welcome to just stand up, or I can guide us there. Separate those feet nice and wide to the edges of our mat. Dominant hand behind you. Push down onto the ground. Reach forward with the other hand, and then rock forward onto the feet and stand on up. There we go. All right. Very nice. So let's find mountain pose. Feet about hip distance, slightly wider. Hands to heart center. And a little progressive folds here, progressive forward folds. So let's fan those arms up nice and tall. And then exhale, just bring those hands past the hips. Past the hips. Good. And then inhale on up. And maybe just a little bit lower. Just a little bit lower through those quads. Good. Inhale up. And hinge just a little bit more, maybe to those knees or past those knees. Good. And then inhale all the way up. Reach as high as we can through the shins now. Through the shins, hinging just a little bit more. And then one more time, inhale and exhale. And let's find that forward fold. Nice long spine as we come down. And as we come on down, we can either rest our hands on our shins, use that block to lift the floor and rest our hands there, or find the floor with our hands, however it most feels comfortable to us. Just to allow us to find this forward fold position. And let's spend some time in forward fold. And I'll give us some options, some different variations. But the key thing with forward fold, regardless of the variations, is to allow those arms to relax, those shoulders to relax, your face to be expressionless, your teeth and jaw relaxed and released, and the crown of your head down towards the ground so that we relax. And now some options here. We can use our peace fingers and do a toe lock and get just a little bit more pressure onto that stretch, so we get a deeper stretch through our hamstrings and glutes. We can also grab onto our heels or ankles behind our legs and get a little bit more there. Or we can wrap our arms behind our knees and just allow them to just kind of hang there and allow our head to just feel free and to let go, kind of surrendering into this. And then, of course, still maintaining that deep inhale and exhale, allowing us to find the relaxing nature of this pose. Let's take a couple more breaths right here. A couple more breaths. From here, we're going to find airplane pose. So let's take those arms, bring them back by our hips, lengthen our spine a little bit longer so that we're parallel to the ground, or at least visualize that we are. Nice long line from the crown of our head to our tailbone. You notice those legs didn't move at all. I still have a soft bend in those knees, but I'm feeling like I'm sitting on the back wall with my tailbone. Okay? So the weight of my body is more into my heels, even though the whole foot stays on the ground. We're going to take a nice big inhale here, and then exhale, chair pose. Put a bend in those knees, thumbs up toward the sky, or hands at heart center. Good. Right back to that inhale, airplane pose. And exhale, chair pose. Sit down into it. Inhale, airplane. Just hinging at those knees now. Exhale, chair. Inhale, airplane, and just let your breath guide the pace as we alternate between chair and airplane. Good, long spine. One more time, chair and airplane. Exhale, forward fold. And then sweep those arms up nice and tall, all the way up to the sky. Reverse that swan dive and exhale to heart center. Whew, all right. Let's go through our standing sun salutation A as we shoot those hands up nice and tall. Inhale. And then exhale and forward fold, nice long spine, just like we did airplane. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale back to forward fold. And inhale, sweep those arms up nice and tall. Exhaling to heart center. Let's do that about 3 more times and we'll do a different variation. Inhale up, exhale fold. Inhale up, flat back, exhale, forward fold, inhale, sweep up, exhale, back to heart center. Good. Keep reaching as high as we can on the inhale, connecting movement and breath as we exhale. Inhale up to that flat back, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold back into it, still bend those knees. Inhale, reverse that swan dive, strong back. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, reach, and exhale down. Think about our spinal engagement as we come down. Inhale up to flat back, and then exhale that forward fold, and then right here, our core and our spine. Okay, sweep up, inhale. Okay, we've got to engage right there to keep the stress off our lower back. Inhale up one more time, exhale and fold. Inhale up to flat back, and exhale to forward fold. Inhale, sweep right back up, and exhale to heart center. Let's add a chair pose now, shall we? You're like, yay, we shall. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. Good. Inhale, right back up to that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up nice and tall. Squeeze through those glutes, drive those hips. Exhale to heart center. And think about those glutes, those hips, that lower back and core. Inhale up, exhale and fold. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. Inhale, right back to flat back. Just drape those hands across those shins. Exhale, lower. Inhale, engage core, squeeze those glutes, drive those hips. Exhale, right back to heart center. Let's go two more. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, up, flat back. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, up to flat back. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, engage everything. Exhale, back to heart center. One more time. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, up to flat back. Exhale, fold, and inhale, or exhale, chair pose. There we go. Inhale, up to flat back. Exhale, and sink in, and inhale, sweep up nice and tall. There we go. Little autopilot right there. Little Tesla autopilot. All right. So right at mountain pose, we're going to start our standing flows. And we'll start with our right foot forward and left foot back. We're going to find warrior one. Warrior one. So we'll start right there in warrior one. We're going to do a couple of holding postures and then add a dynamic flow to it, or a dynamic movement to it. So deep bend in that knee, both feet on the ground, left foot pointing off to the left side, hips slightly coming forward, shoulders squared. And then we relax those shoulders down and away from our ears. All right. We got a little bit of engagement now, not only through our core but to the front legs. And we're going to engage in some cat and cow style arms. Okay, so I call it warrior one, cat cow. All right, so we're going to exhale and we're going to round forward, separate our shoulders. So that's the cat. And then inhale and squeeze our shoulder blades together, arch our back, and that's the cow. And just keep going through that. Exhale, cross, and then inhale, open up, stretch across the front of our body. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift up, squeeze that left glute, create that shelf and that stability. And then exhale, come on forward and inhale, lift. Give me two more, just like that. Exhale and inhale. Good. All right, let's find just normal warrior one. From here, we're going to go into warrior two. Front foot and knee stay right where they're at. Point the left toes, left side of the room. Extend your arms, front and back. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see that. Excellent. So we're going to add a little sweep here. Add a little sweep here in warrior two. So as I turn my palms up toward the sky and sweep up nice and high, straighten that front leg. Inhale, and then exhale, sink deeper into that. And then inhale, reach nice and high, and exhale on down. Good. Give me three more. Inhale, and exhale, sink in. Nice. Making sure those knees still go towards those toes on that warrior two. And I lost count, so how about one more? Why not? Exhale, stay right there, warrior two, reverse warrior, flip that front hand, exhale, inhale, lift that front hand to the sky, and hold it right there. Good. Now our dynamic in reverse warrior, as we reach nice and high and create that space, we're going to keep that front knee nice and bent and that back leg engaged. Our dynamic, we're just going to sweep the hand down. So sweep it down and then sweep it right back up. Good. Exhale, sweep the hand down. And inhale, sweep it right back up. Good. Do that about 4 more times because it feels good. Awesome. 2 more. Sweep it down and right back up. Nice. Last time we'll meet in reverse warrior. Keep that right hand nice and high right there. And let's see if we can reach higher as we lengthen that front leg. And now let's find triangle. Extend those arms front and back. And then just reach as far as you can. And then tip over, tip over. Rest that hand above or below the knee onto the right leg, or we can use that block, or you can just set the hand to the inside of the leg and then use that hand to push our heart open just a little bit more. Okay? All right. So triangle pose, we'll add a little dynamic here. We're going to extend triangle. So we're going to bring our bicep to our ear, reach overhead, and then lift nice and high. Exhale, reach. Exhale, softens through those muscles. Just a natural exhale helps our muscles soften. Inhale, lift. And so we can extend and reach into those ribs just a little bit more. Exhale and inhale. 3 more times. Exhale and inhale. Looking good. Keep going. And last one. Exhale. And just let that inhale carry us all the way back to warrior two. Whew. All right. Step forward, switch to the other side. Good. Left foot forward, right foot back. Get both feet on the ground, right toes pointing to the right side. Hips coming forward just a little bit, but listen to our hips, listen to our knees, listen to our ankles. Arms up, relax and release. Good. Let's add that cat and cow flow now. Let's start with cat as we round our back. Exhale, and then inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Arch that back. Exhale, round, engage our core, keep that stability. Inhale, squeeze that right glute muscle, engage that muscle. Exhale, and inhale, open up through the front of our chest and shoulders. Good, 2 more. Exhale and inhale. And then one last time. Exhale and inhale. Find now that warrior one. Take a nice big inhale and let's find warrior two. Front knee and toe stay wherever they're at. Point the right foot out just to the side. Extend those arms nice and long. And I'm going to turn to the side now. Warrior two. Left foot still forward. Deep bend in that front knee. Arms nice and long. Good tall posture right here. Yeah? Okay. All right. Let's add that dynamic sweep. Here we go. Flip those hands. Inhale. And reach. Exhale. Palms down to the ground. Bend that knee. Inhale. Nice and tall. And exhale. On down. Keep going. Inhale. Reach. And exhale. Deep and into that warrior two. Good. Give me a couple more. All right, last one, inhale and exhale. Find that warrior two, deep bend in that knee. Let's find reverse warrior. Exhale and flip that front hand. Inhale and lift that front hand to the sky. Good. One initially just find reverse warrior and find that hold of that posture. Good. And just breathe through. Feel that space we're creating with our body from our fingertips down the front side of our body. And then now our dynamic. We're going to rock forward. Exhale, sweep the hand down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, down, and inhale up. Just knocked my block over. There we go. Exhale, down, inhale, up. Give me 3 more. There we are. Good. So lower body body is staying quiet, everything's engaged, creating that nice foundation, a nice support system for us. One last time, we'll find reverse warrior, hold it right there, reach higher, and then reach even higher as we lengthen that front leg. Excellent, feel that nice stretch across the top side of our body. Let's come back to warrior two arms, breathe as much as we can, and then exhale and hinge forward. Reach as far as we can forward, and when we can do that no further, then of course we tip over, allows our spine to lengthen, allows us to take care of that spine. A hand above or below the knee on that left leg, or onto the block, or on the inside of the leg, and push it open. Good. We're going to extend that triangle and lift. So exhale, bicep to our ear, inhale, and lift up to the sky. And good. 4 more times. Exhale and inhale, nice and high. Keep digging. Exhale and inhale. We got it. Good. Keep going. Exhale and inhale. Let's do one more. There we go. Exhale, and then let that inhale carry us all the way back to warrior two. Good. Step forward and come out of this. Okay. All right. Let's find crescent pose. Crescent pose. So right foot forward, left foot back. And as we find crescent pose, our back heel will be up. I'll show side view just real quick, and I'll go back to the front view because that'll make more sense. Back heel stays up in crescent pose. Try to lengthen that leg without locking that knee joint. Try to press the back of your knee towards the wall behind you. Okay? Now if we feel that balance challenge, widen that stance and broaden the base. Deep bend in that knee, knee still toward the toes, hips and shoulders now squared up to the front. So let's bring our arms out to a T, okay? And from here we're gonna sweep up and down, just similar to what we did with that warrior two, palms up to the sky. We're gonna sweep up and then sink right back down into that crescent. Up and down. Think about your ears moving just straight up and down. Inhale and exhale. Sinking even deeper into that left hip. Inhale and exhale. Good. In and exhale one more time. Up and then stay down with these T arms. Good. Now we're just going to rotate and face the right side. Keep those arms in that letter T and just turn to the right side. You can, instead of palms facing down, you can open those palms up and face the right side as well. And then from here, we're standing nice and tall, ears over shoulders over hips. We're going to rock forward and rock back. Rock forward and back. Exhale forward, inhale back. Good. Total control, practicing our stability, using our breath to stay calm in any situation. Very nice. One last time, forward and back. Let's come back to front and center. And let's just keep that motion going. As we set the heel down, we'll open up to warrior two. So we still have those T arms going on. I'm going to face to the side, warrior two. Excellent. Let's find right angle pose now. Let's take a nice inhale on the exhale. Forearm to the top of that right leg. Back hand up toward the sky. Okay, we just play with the depth of that front knee and find the right angle pose that best works for us. Okay, that right arm, if we want something deeper, can go to the inside of that leg, down to the block or down to the floor. And then we can extend that right angle, fingertips way overhead and bicep to our ear. Good. So we exhale back to warrior two. We'll step forward to do the same thing. Other side. Other side. Excellent. Crescent pose. Left foot forward, right foot back. Heel up off the ground. Squaring up hips and shoulders. T arms. T arms. Here we go. Palms up toward the sky. And inhale nice and high. Exhale on down. Inhale. And exhale. Good. 3 more. And as we do that, ears going straight up and down. Hips moving straight up and down. Feel that right hip opening up just a little bit more. Softening through that back arch, letting that heel just relax and release. One last time, up and down. Good. Now I'm going to just turn to the side here and show this twist from the side. So arms out nice and wide, keep those T-arms. We're going to turn to the left side, stay nice and tall, and turn. Facing the left side, palms can open up instead of facing down, which is not good for our shoulders, doesn't feel good. Get those thumbs up toward the sky. Okay, as we're here, rock forward and rock back. Exhale and inhale. Awesome. There we go. Give me 2 more exhales and inhales. And then we're going to find that crescent pose right back to those T-arms front and center. And then turn and open to warrior 2. Still have those T-arms. Apologize for facing away from you. I'm going to shift over to the other side right now. Good. So left foot's up in front. Left foot completely on, or right foot completely on the ground. That warrior 2. It's time to find right angle pose. Breathe in. And then exhale. Left forearm to the top of the leg. Avoid the knee. Back hand up toward the sky. Okay, and then find that place for that left hand. If it's not deep enough for you, find something that works for you. And then bicep toward the ear. Create that straight line. At least visualize that straight line from your fingertips to your back right heel. Good. As we exhale back to warrior 2, we step forward. Good. All right. Another standing flow, quick one, but we'll add some balance into it. Warrior 1. Warrior 1. Again, both feet heels to toes on the ground. And we'll start warrior 1 flight. Warrior 1 flight, which means we're leaning into it. We're leaning into it. I'll show you a side view. Lean into it. So knee hovering still above the ankle, and then that back heel still on the ground. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, come back forward. Okay, almost a straight line from the crown of my head to that back left heel. You can see that. Inhale and exhale. Good. Which means I'm engaging my core. I'm not just flopping over. Okay, got to control that. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Feel that left glute squeeze, that arch in our lower back engage. And just a couple more as we flow through this. Couple more. I'm going to turn to the other side now. You can see just this a little bit better. So we're going to go right from this position to a warrior 3. So as we hinge forward this next time and exhale, begin floating that left heel up off the ground. From this warrior 3, we're going to go to a knee lift, and it's a dynamic warrior 3 to a knee lift. So draw that left knee up, and then hinge back forward, find that warrior 3. Inhale that knee up, exhale back to warrior 3. Play with those arms, hands at heart center, back by the hips or out forward. Inhale knee, and exhale hinge. One more time, knee and hinge. Next time you find that warrior 3, hold that position. Next time we lift up to that knee lift, hold that position. And then exhale, release down. Jump. Same thing, other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Warrior 1. Into that flight position. Lean in. Thumbs up toward the sky. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Keep going. I'm going to turn to the side. Exhale, core strength, long lines. Inhale, squeeze that right glutes, arch that lower back. Two more times. And then that next time we lean forward into flight, go ahead and find that warrior three. We got the momentum going. Just lift that right heel up off the ground as we lengthen that left. And then now, inhale that right knee up, knee lift. Exhale back to warrior three. And then with the pace of our breath, inhale and exhale. Alternate between knee lift and warrior three. Inhale and exhale. And a couple more. And then next time we find that warrior three, let's hold that position. And then we'll move to that knee lift and hold that position. And release. Good. All right. Let's continue on with some balance postures. Let's find tree pose. Tree pose. Yes? Okay, tree pose. The right foot will be on the ground. Right foot be on the ground, left leg will either be setting toes on the block or heel above the ankle, toes on the ground, or that foot's above or below the knee on the leg. Now if you've got foot against the leg and leg against the foot, push them together. Push them together, drive them together. Okay, you're not going to hurt yourself there. Okay, create that strong foundation. We need that tree trunk. Need that tree trunk. Starts with strong feet, strong arches, strong calves, into our knees, pressing that foot against that leg. And of course, play with those branches, play with those steeple fingers, any version of tree pose that you desire to do. And then exhale and release on out. Good. Do the same thing on to the other side. So left foot stays on the ground, right knee externally rotates, again toe on the block or on the ground, or foot above or below the knee. Let's find our tree pose. Practicing our ability to master being calm. Master being calm. Allowing ourselves to let go of the rapidness, let go of the activeness of our minds, allowing ourselves to use the combination of our breath, use the combination of our physical control of our bodies to create that mind-body connection, and allow that to connect into our emotions to help us keep calm and challenging in any situation. The ebbing and flowing. So less than 5 minutes ago, we were just in some really dynamic moves and challenging positions and warrior threes and stuff like that. And now we've stopped the momentum and we're sitting right here in tree pose. Let's exhale and release. Okay, and that's a good practice, a good ebb and flow practice right here. Let's find dancer pose. Dancer pose. So our right foot's going to stay on the ground. We can start dancer pose in quad stretch, and you're welcome to stay in quad stretch. I'm going to show a wall version too. Let me see what wall I got available. So we can start right here, quad stretch, and stay right there, okay? Or we can switch the hand around, flip the hand around in the back, and then press that ankle and foot into that back hand as we extend and reach forward, okay? Now we can always find this wall right here, okay? And have that right in front of us, right available to us, so that we can just crawl the hand down the wall as we press that foot into the hand. allowing us to focus on the stretch up top through our chest and shoulders and through our hips and quads. This is how we can practice dancer pose. And then we can exhale and release. Good. Same thing, other side. All right, left foot down, right foot back, quad stretch, knees side to side, hips forward. Welcome to stay right here or find dancer pose. Finding the calm even in this pose. And then left foot's going crazy, digging in. And we're wondering whether we're going to fall out of it or not. Just find the calm and the peace in the pose. Exhale and release. Let's come on down, find a seated position. Seated position. Whew. Good. Feel my lower back today. Into my lower back today. Begin in butterfly. Butterfly. Sometimes it's called cobbler's pose. I don't know. Butterfly or bound angle pose. Bring the soles of your feet together. You're welcome to take those hands and just grab onto the shins or the ankles. And we're going to sit nice and tall. And let's just play with those butterfly wings just a little bit to draw those knees a little bit closer down to the ground. Okay, that will separate the balls of our feet in the arches from each other, just keeping the outer edge, the pinky toe side of our feet open as we draw those knees even closer to the ground. Good. And then we're staying nice and tall as we breathe in and then begin hinging forward. Hinge forward. Now those knees may lift a little bit, so you can pull on those shins just a little bit. And once you've gotten to that point where you can go no further, you're welcome to drop the crown of your head and round your spine. So we exhale and release. Stay right here with these feet. We're going to add a twist. So keep the feet pressing against each other. We're going to take that left hand behind our back and the right hand to the outside of that left knee as we sit tall. Push into that left knee so it presses into our right foot. And then rotate and breathe. So a little stretch, but you may also feel some strength. You feel that between your shoulders. A little upper back strength. Even on the arms, that right arm, pressing on the outside of the leg. Good, exhale back to center, same thing, other side. Right hand comes behind our back. Left hand to the outside of that right knee that will push that leg into the left. And rotate and stay tall. Down here in my basement right now, the Dave's Cave, as I call it, Dave's Cave. And I've got a bird just right outside our window here. I don't know if you can hear that, but nice to hear the birds. That's right. Exhale back to center. Let's keep that right leg where it's at, and then just bring that left leg around. You can set that left knee just right into the arch or just somewhere nearby that right foot. And we're just going to come to a gentle pigeon, or what's also called deer pose. Right shoulder over the top of the leg, right shoulder towards the right knee, and just lay down on that leg, gentle pigeon. You can bring those hands back if you want to and just surrender into it. On the crown of your head to rest down, or you can support that with your hand. Now if you want full-on pigeon here, that's okay. You just go ahead and lengthen out that back leg 6 o'clock. Take about 2 to 3 more breaths right here. And then we'll go from deer pose to a version of mermaid. So as we release and come on out, right hand presses straight down, shoulder over that hand. Take that left hand, lift up and lift the hips up. Press those hips to the opposite corner of the room. Reaching straight up overhead or beyond, bring that bicep to the ear and get a nice stretch to the ribs and core. Exhale, release down. Good. Bring those feet back to butterfly. That's the original position. We had it. And then we're just going to turn towards that left leg, bring that right leg around, right knee towards the right or left arch. Okay. Left shoulder towards left knee. Lay down on that leg. And find gentle pigeon or deer pose, version of deer. Let yourself to settle in and just breathe. Relax. We're not going anywhere. It's the place we have to be. We're just right here in the present. In the present. And in 2 more breaths, we'll go into mermaid. Left hand on the ground, shoulder right above that hand. Inhale that right up and bring those hips on up, reaching straight up or overhead, bicep to that ear. Exhale and release. All right. We're going to come onto our backs now. If you have a block, just keep it nearby. Either grab behind the knees or interlock or both the ankles and just slowly roll down. Awesome. Both knees bent right here. Good. We're going to bring our right knee across our left knee. Just cross those legs. Okay, it's like we're sitting in a comfy chair. And then we're going to drop both knees to the left side. So that'll basically trap that right foot underneath that left leg. So the big toe side of that right foot hits the ground first. And just allow those knees to fall to the left side. And then extend your right arm out to the right side. And look at that right arm in the opposite direction our knees are going. So if those legs are still crossed, you're feeling that left leg press on the outside of the right. You can also use your left hand to guide that right knee. If you want to separate the legs, that's fine too. Otherwise, just interlock them. And use the weight of that left leg just to get a little bit more of a stretch to the outside of the right hip. And the tip of the hip bone. Calm, deep breaths. Calm, deep breaths. Take one more cycle of deep breaths. We'll come back to center with it. And then we'll cross left leg over right leg. Cross those legs, even squeeze them together. And we're going to drop both knees toward the right side. First thing that hits is the big toe on the left foot, the inside part of that foot. Keep those legs crossed as we let both knees drop down toward the ground. They don't have to touch the ground. Mine aren't touching the ground. There's space right there. Extend that left hand and look at the left hand away from the direction our knees are going. And then we can use that right hand to just adjust and move those legs. Either keep them crossed, cross them even more. And then use that breath to settle in. Take one more cycle of an inhale and exhale. And then come back to center. Let's bring our feet and knees together. Bend those legs. Good. Touching those big toes together. We're going to find reclining goddess. So basically butterfly feet with our knees draped out to the sides. So with reclining goddess, we can just sit in this position, or we can use the block in this position as well, to get a little bit more of an animated stretch. If you don't have a block, and if you want to feel that, palms down to the ground, crawl those palms underneath your hips, underneath your tailbone and your hips, and just support them right there. You'll feel more of a stretch. If you want to feel a little bit more, create some cupcake hands. Come onto your fingertips of that. Okay, cupcake hands, strong hands. Okay, or lift those hips and set that block right under your tailbone. Let those knees drape down. Allowing ourselves to relax, allowing ourselves to release. Maybe even let those eyes closed if you want. As we come to the end of our practice, we're calming the nervous system, finding that restful state. Allowing our body to cool down, allowing our body to settle down. And we can come to supported legs up the wall here. So bring those knees toward each other and then float those feet up toward the sky. Soft bend in those knees, nothing we have to do with those feet. No effort whatsoever. In fact, what we want to feel is nothing. Again, you can have your hands under your hips here for a little bit more of an elevation. I don't know about cupcake hands, that might be a little bit too much pressure. I like to finish with this inversion. It's a good way to, inversions just naturally kind of lower our heart rate, lower how hard our hearts have to work. And so if we're seeking to find more of a calming nature to our bodies, a calming nature to our nervous system, this just contributes to that. Contributes to that restful nature. Whenever you're ready, you're welcome to stay right here. Or you can find final relaxation, Shavasana, by sprawling out on your mat and finding the most comfortable spot on your mat. My dim lights closing song, if you're following on the playlist, is Far From Heaven. And as we find our final relaxation, As we find our ability to rest and relax and release, just take one more opportunity to seek any part of your body or mind that might be holding on to tension, stress, muscle engagement, anxiety. Breathe in, and on your exhales, let it go. Breathe in and feel free to separate yourself from that. Breathe in and exhale and soften. Allow your hands to relax and your feet to relax. Your calves to relax and your glutes to just press into the surface beneath you. No tension between your shoulders, and our face is expressionless with no engagement to our jaw or our teeth. Our eyes are closed if that's comfortable, just relaxing gently in our eyes. And our breath is just a natural, everyday breath. We seek stillness of our body, which brings us calm and peace of our mind. Allowing ourselves to reach in to our body to feel the extent of our practice today. And that we've touched everything from our fingertips to our toes, and every part of our body feels like it has been engaged. But we've done so in a way where we've provided self-care because we care about ourselves. Done so in a way where we've moved gently and lovingly to where we're able to find our own expression, our own authentic approach to our yoga practice today. When we do that, it allows us to fully embrace where we're at, fully accept where we're at, and to find the ultimate in our own self-acceptance and our own authentic way that we engage in our practice, which leads right to our closing message. Everyone belongs in yoga, including you. Everyone who's here has a place. Yoga is accepting, and yoga embraces wherever we're at, supported by how we guide ourselves, supported by how we treat ourselves. But that belonging starts with our own self-acceptance. And our level of belonging can never be greater than the level of self-acceptance that we show to ourselves. Because believing that you are enough is what gives you the courage to be authentic, to be vulnerable, and to allow yourself to be imperfect. I honor the love and light in each of you as it's also within me. Namaste.